Oh, hey folks, how's it going? And welcome on into another Pegasus Actual podcast. And we've got your favorite people here, as always. We got Zach and we've got Arwen. And I am very, very happy that it's Thursday. The weekend is almost officially here. And, you guys can always tell that because Thursdays we got Pegasus going on. And it's just really good because we were talking backstage. I was talking about me and Zach are so proud of our co-host because she has just absolutely taken our community by storm, and she's doing so good. And I want y'all to make sure that you support the pink and purple show that she has. Pink and purple in the afternoon, right?
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And make sure that y'all support it because her and Purple Valkyrie together, it's like Thelma and Louise, but better.
Oh
It
my
really
God, are we
is.
gonna go over a cliff?
Yeah,
Don't jinx it.
they haven't driven over the cliff yet though.
Thank God.
Let's be clear on that. But the cool thing about that show is you're liable to go in and watch it, and you'll get on any given afternoon you'll get Arwen on three pots of coffee. So just be aware,
God.
folks. But,
Just this week, because this week has been weird. The three pots of coffee is just this week. Because I'm done. Friday. It's here, baby. It's no longer Thursday. I officially proclaim it Friday.
Yeah, well, technically by Eastern Standard Time, it's about two
9:35.
2 hours and 25 minutes away yet. So,
When I'm queen, Friday starts at sundown.
well,
Nice.
Jesus.
I
Someone
like
let
it.
me queen.
Gosh.
Sorry.
Oh, all right. Well, tonight's episode is called Faith because we did the road less traveled last week, and that was the one where we they all met up with the hybrid, and it it turned into a Coolio video, and he said, let's go on a fantastic voyage. No, I'm kidding. But no, this one I think is pretty interesting, and yeah, we're gonna enjoy this episode. Oh, here we go. Parrothead, we're already into the comments. They haven't even moved over to Comics' channel yet. Drew so big he uses his peen to play pool with planets.
Hashtag beware the Drew.
That's right. That's right. Oh boy. Alrighty. Well, Zach, how is your week going?
Um, it's been pretty good. Yeah, my YouTube channel has been growing pretty steadily, so I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you all for your support. Thank you, Drew, again for having me on. I love being here.
Where are you at subwise now?
As of the end of my Diablo 2 stream, I was at 381.
All right. And Arwen, how are you doing on subs now?
Last time I checked, I think it was 142.
145.
All
I just
right.
posted
145?
the link in the stream.
Oh, okay.
All
145.
right.
Thank you,
So
Drew.
make sure you sub to these lovely people, folks. Sub to Zach, sub to Arwen, and get some people to come over here and sub to me, folks.
Hey, I
I
got you one. I got someone to come into your channel and sub
I
from
am I am I am five
Nice.
away from 700. When I hit 700, I'm gonna keep going, and then when I get to 750, I will do a 750 sub celebration. I'm not gonna be like everybody else and do a 700 sub celebration. So 750, we will have a big old party and do a celebration over here. So that'll be fun. So if you guys want to have a stream to look forward to with all kind of craziness, then get some folks over here and tell them, sub to Supreme Heretic. All right. So, Zach, I'm sure we've got a great script because you always kill those. You always do a great job. So, why don't we get on into tonight's episode?
Absolutely, Admiral. As Drew stated before, this is Season 4, Episode 6, entitled Faith. Before we begin, if you have not smashed that like button or shared out the stream, please do both of those things. And we begin. The episode opens on Hilo's angry and defiant face, refusing to obey orders to travel to the rebel base star. Kara Thrace attempts to jump the ship herself when Athena restrains her. He orders Gaeta to execute the jump back to the fleet, while dismissing Anders' protests about whether the crew will be viewed as mutineers upon their return. Celix lobs an insult at Kara, while Anders draws his weapon on Gaeta to try to stop the jump. In the chaos, an errant shot catches the lieutenant in the leg. Chaos ensues as Marines arrive, and despite everything, Starbuck rushes to Gaeta's aid, working quickly to deal with his shattered leg as he writhes in agony. After the chaos dies down, and finally conceding that risking the Demetrius on the base star rendezvous is too great a risk, Kara instead plans to take Leoben back on a single Raptor, with Athena and Anders volunteering to join. Despite objecting initially, Hilo realizes it's the best possible compromise, and informs her that she has only 15 hours and 7 minutes to complete her mission before the Demetrius must jump back to rendezvous with the fleet, or be left behind. And that is that bombshell of an opener with one of the most unfortunately memorable parts of the 4th season.
Oh, when they shoot Gaeta in the leg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, you don't want to catch one of these in the leg.
No.
Dude.
But I don't know. Gaeta. At this point in the show, I was meh on Gaeta already by now. But oh god, this starts his journey into like Mr. Bitter Beer Face,
Yeah. He's had quite the arc.
Yes.
Yeah, but very very good, interesting opening sequence. I enjoyed it. There a lot of tension, a lot of really good, I guess, like sort of gripping urgency there. And I think you described it well, Zach. It was just really it's kind of a thrill ride, that first segment. I don't know, what do you think, Arwen?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can feel that tension, that from the minute it's on, it's like that energy is at 100. And that whole scene, I think I had to watch it 3 times, even though I've seen it before, just to kind of get everything, because there's so much going on. And yeah, when he gets nailed in the leg, it just, God, you can feel it.
It almost breaks the tension of the scene.
Yeah. It does.
When his and that's a really bad way to say it, right? But when his leg goes, so goes the tension.
No pun intended.
It's like a spell is broken. And all of a sudden, because you're wondering, what the hell? Are they going to kill Starbuck? What are they going to do? Because everything is just so chaotic. And then boom, that happens, and everyone's focus shifts to his leg. And she moves in action, and Hilo moves in action, and it's almost like, oh God.
Yeah,
damn, good. We can breathe for a moment. Poor Gaeta sucks about your leg, but we can breathe.
Yeah, Shane knows what's up. There's some good lines coming. Yeah. I remember that one, Shane. That's actually a pretty funny one. So all right. Well, I think we've assessed that pretty well. If you would like to continue, sir.
Mhm. On Colonial 1, Roslyn orders Tori to pack up a collection of paperwork and tasks as she prepares to undergo her final 2 Deloxin treatments. Praising her for her newfound competency, Roslyn tries to engage Foster to watch out for any sudden moves coming across her desk by the quorum. Meanwhile, Starbuck and the crew prepare the Raptor for jump. Joining them is one Jean Barillet, a true believer from New Caprica, who appreciates Thrace's determination. The Raptor pulls away from the Demetrius, and after she jumps, finds a massive graveyard of dead base stars and raiders floating in space. To further Kara's amazement, they find themselves by a large gas giant in a trinary star system, just as her vision suggested. Elsewhere, Gata lies in a rack, heavily medicated for the pain. As Hilo tries to comfort him, he begs his Exo not to let Dr. Coddle amputate his leg, although he realizes that the longer he doesn't get any advanced care, the more likely gangrene will set in. Someone's got to train.
Sorry.
The Raptor carefully searches for the base ship amongst exploding ordnance. Thrace can hear the music, which Leoben confirms this is a rare trait among some Cylons, and it takes control to fly the Raptor toward the gas giant. As they near it, she sees the comet she expected, but not in the form. Leoben's stricken base ship is flying past, a trailing gas that gives it a comet-like appearance. Starbuck lets out a momentary joyous laugh when, all of a sudden, the Raptor is hit by a piece of debris hurtled at them from an explosion and impacting the cockpit canopy. So we have this brilliant revelation and a very absolutely gorgeous piece of scenery that I really wish I had caught a screenshot of. But what first struck me is you get to see what's under the skin, so to speak, of the base stars, and you see the fact that these are actually living ships with musculature and, for lack of a better term, blood.
Yeah. Well, you can see it in the debris too when they're coming through the debris field, man, and like all the shit's blowing up and everything, because there's clear signs of a battle, and Athena's flying the Raptor, so Athena knows something ain't right, all this wreckage here, and then they get to, like you said, where they see Base Star scooting along like a comet, and everything is almost just like she thought it would be, and Kara's like, oh my god, the Base Star's the comet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, damn, okay, so we know as the viewer, okay, we're getting somewhere, and then boom, smack right into the canopy, and then next thing you know, they're in the base ship. So and that'll be coming up right in this next segment, folks. So just hang tight. I don't know. What do you think of that shot as they're going through the debris field, Zach?
I thought it was great. There's this little moment where she catches the view of the base star going by, and you see the trail, and then it almost seamlessly shifts into the painting on the wall that she had back in the Demetrius. Like, I didn't even notice it.
Mm-hmm.
And just all of a sudden it pulls away. It's like, oh god, we're looking at the painting. Like, that was almost dreamlike.
Yeah.
It was very
Yes,
good
it was.
cinematography.
Dude, yeah, and God, I know. I wish one of us would have got a screenshot of that now. That is pretty gorgeous. Just
I mean,
the
if you
way
give me a
that
few minutes.
the way that it was set up. Arwen, what did you think of it when they were going through the debris field and got right to where they needed to be?
Oh, I loved it. I thought when they first came upon it, and that shot is when they show everything and you see it, it's just like, oh my God, what have they just come into? And I felt bad for the Cylons. I felt like, okay, here they are, this little raptor, and they actually, it's at least this is how it felt to me. They have the upper hand. This is like it's a graveyard. They're dying.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
That's the
could
feeling you
see.
get, it's just, and then you're right, that comment shot where she sees that and sees it's the ship, and then it kind of morphs into her painting. It's
Yeah,
like, God, that's the
hmm
thing of beauty. I mean,
yeah.
I
Well,
love
you
it.
can see in the size and scale when they're getting there, just like yeah, it's like what Arwen said. You kind of feel sorry for the Cylons because I mean that's the wreckage of how many base stars, They
Yeah.
got I mean, they just all absolutely decimated one another, and it's like holy shit. So you get a real sense of man, a hell of a battle took place.
Hmm.
A lot of Cylons died. So
I mean, they're officially up there. It's a civil war. They're coming for each other.
yeah, Roof Korean, that was a nice touch. The exploding debris.
Hmm.
Shay Nolan says it was half their fleet, I think, and yeah, for judging from the wreckage, it was definitely a big amount, and that's what I thought. So,
So here's where she sees the actual base star, and this is the shot we get. If you share my screen.
hmm
So this is the actual base star shot. And then this is the exact second where it morphs into the painting.
yeah,
And then like 2 seconds later, probably 3 or 4, we pull out 2. And I will, hold on, give me a second here.
okay, Boomer. Okay.
No, I ejected my boomer.
Mm. Dude, if I had a Boomer,
This. And this is the mix of between the shot and the painting. And you can
mhm.
see kind
Yeah.
of where the real ship overlaps with the painting here. This is just such a beautiful piece of cinematography.
Yeah, it really is.
Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And the look on her face when she realizes what it is and that laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
God. I don't know why that affects me so much, but it's like she's an amazing actress. She
It's
portrays
Mhm.
so much in that scene.
it's
Yeah,
this
it
weird
really is.
mix of psychotic and joyous.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just jubilation that I'm not
Mhm.
crazy. There it is. Right
Mhm.
Yeah,
there.
pretty much. All right.
Relief. Just relief. I love it.
Go
One of my
ahead
favorite
and
scenes.
continue, Zach. I got to step away 1 second.
Okay. As Kara regains consciousness, we see that the damaged raptor has been brought aboard the base star. As Athena inspects her bird, an army of Model 8s sneak up and surround her. Those gathered have a look of awe on their faces, recognizing her independence from all things Cylon. They seek her help to mutiny against the Sixes, whom they feel have been making a series of unforgivable mistakes. Athena rejects their offer, telling them to find their own individuality and help her or get out of her way. In Galactica's sickbay, amidst Gaius Baltar's latest sermon broadcasting over wireless, Roslyn encounters another woman, also gravely ill with cancer. Despite being initially friendly, when Laura tries to turn off the wireless and Baltar, the woman painfully objects and yells for her to simply leave her alone. Back on the base star, Natalie objects to allowing Starbuck's crew to interact with the ship's nervous system and her hybrid, but concedes when faced with Kara and Leoben's adamancy and the dwindling time before Cavill's inevitable return. Athena accesses the data stream to determine how to mate the Raptor's jump drive to the base ship. Doing so requires disconnecting the hybrid. As the group preps, Anders slowly reaches down to touch the data font, but pulls his hand back when Kara calls his name. Later, a Model 6, ordered to grab some cabling, sees Barrelay and recognizes her as the human who killed her on New Caprica. When Barrelay doesn't show any remorse and says that she would do the same thing again, the 6 attacks her and smashes her head into the Raptor's hull, killing her. Anders pounces and is ready to kill the Cylon. But after a tense Mexican standoff, Starbuck manages to talk him down. Natalie parlays with the 6, obviously dealing with psychological trauma from the death on New Caprica that she had not yet been able to shake. Natalie then brings a form of compromised closure to the situation, kissing her sister model goodbye before pulling the trigger on Anders' sidearm, killing her permanently. Back in sickbay, Rosalind tries once again to commiserate with the sick woman, who offers her a scarf as a present and an apology for her earlier outburst. The two make small talk of what they'll do after they get well, discussing what color they may dye their hair and how it hopefully will grow back in. She warns Rosalind, however, that her sickness will get worse and to be prepared for it, as Gaius' voice drifts over the end of the scene. So we get a lot of prep in this for some things that are going to happen early on, but we get this really kind of jarring death and then a really painful death. And I know those are kind of interchangeable, but Barrelay is just kind of offed really quickly and really, succinctly.
I agree. Okay. No, I hated what happened to her, and I am not in any way, shape, or form saying she deserved it. But what the hell? Why did she go there with? I mean, she just antagonized her. Okay, you can tell that 6 is broken. You can tell she's not well, and Barely's just basically like, "F you! I'd do it again. Get out of my way." I don't know.
Yeah.
It put a chain reaction in motion. That's just it's not good for anyone. It's not good for anyone. And then to see the scene with the 2 6s.
Yes. That
My God,
I
that
know
scene just wow.
That was like, damn.
It was realistically the only way that could have played out, but it was still, you're just waiting for it to happen. Plus, you get to see Trisha Helfer kiss herself, which is
well, for the men here,
Like
yes. we ain't complaining.
Just saying.
No.
We are not complaining. Okay, that's just
It was beautifully done, though. I mean, because you see them becoming more and more human. Because she knows when she pushes that trigger or pulls that trigger, there's no resurrection ship. Yeah. It's done. Yeah. She's gone. She's killing her sister, ending her life. And I know it's like, she was broken. There's no coming back from what happened to her before. And this was the only way that, could appease everybody, basically. A life for a life.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cylons are alive. I mean, they're very much alive. So, but oh my God. And then Sam his brain is shattered. And I'm like, dude, you were going to shoot her anyway. Why are you freaking out? And I think he was freaking out because of the magnitude of the situation, because it was handled almost not coldly, but matter of factly.
I disagree. It was extremely cold.
It was cold?
I think a lot of that was cold, especially if you look at Natalie's attitude towards Starbuck immediately after. She's like, was that enough human justice for you?
Yeah, I know.
Like blood for blood.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
And consider the fact that Andrews had just come off a situation where his mishandling of his own sidearm cost someone,
Oh, yeah, good point.
So he's in this weird, he does not want to do this again.
That's
And the
the
fact that
point.
she just reaches over, is like, I'm going to do it for you. And I'm going to, his finger is still on the trigger. And she's like, I'm just going to do it. Screw you.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. It
Oh my
really
God.
is, man. It's a power. I mean, that scene is so powerful. Um, all right. Before we get back to discussion, just want to catch up on the chat. Make sure that we say our hellos to everybody properly. So hail to Shane and hail to Godzillionaire. Hail to Dr. Alex Stein, PhD. Hail to Brightest Day. Just kidding. No. Hail to Tehillim. Hail to Nelson the Gentleman. Hail to Rita. It's so nice to see you. And hail to Janet from another planet. Great to see you, Janet. Oh, so happy to see you here. And Mr. Grant Gregory, what's up, my friend? Thank you for being a part of things. Deej, what's up, buddy? Great to see Deej. Hope everything's going okay on the farm, Deej, and you're doing well, brother. And Tony, what's up, Mr. Ruth Korean? Good to see you, brother. Dwayne, good to see you. And Dadman Walking, great to see you. Hope everything's going good for everybody this evening. And, we are just tickled to have you guys here because, you are indeed the best chat on YouTube, as we always like to say. So, yeah, getting back to that though, like that was probably when I watched this stuff. It's one of the best scenes in this entire episode. That whole sequence. Boxy theory, DJ has.
You want me to get it?
Boxy theory. Yeah, go ahead.
Boxy theory. Boxy has had Deej locked up out in the fields. Rant videos have been uploaded recently. You may like them, Drew.
Nice. All right. So we got a Boxy theory. That's why I'm glad that Deej showed up because he always brings Boxy theories with him. So, all right. Well, want to let's get back hard and heavy into the action.
Yes, sir. Starbuck arrives in the hybrid's chamber as the peculiar being wraps poetic lines around status of ship's functions. Meanwhile, Rosalind's new friend explains why she listens to Baltar's broadcasts. She tells of a dream where she saw people standing on the opposite side of a river as she stands on a boat crossing it. These people are her dead loved ones. She felt a presence, a warm, loving presence that calmed her. Rosalind questions the dream, but the woman, who we now know is named Emily, notes that the dream is very real. Back on the base star, Kara and Natalie continue to listen to the hybrid's strange utterances. Leoben cautions her to listen very carefully, not to hurry the construct, as the fate of two great races is not so easily delivered. Athena is ready to activate the jump augmentations and disconnect the hybrid. While irritated at seemingly getting nowhere, Kara orders the jump. When unplugged, the hybrid makes an inhuman singing scream, which causes the nearby guarding Centurion to fire in its defense, severely wounding an 8, before the group manages to take the Cylon down. The hybrid finally gives Kara a coherent message as the wounded 8's blood mixes with the fluid in her tank. The dying leader will discover the truth about the Opera House. The missing 3 will be used to find the 5, who come from the home of the 13th tribe, and that she, Kara, is the harbinger of death that will take all to their end. Kara stands there horrified at the message as the hybrid finally deactivates.
Yeah, I want to stop you right there. So, interestingly enough, and I'm going to ask you guys here in the chat, that have seen it, this is a direct thing. So if you guys saw Razor, okay, which I'm sure that everybody in chat, most of you have watched Battlestar Galactica Razor, so you know what I'm talking about. The when they're in the hybrids chamber, and it's Lee's XO at the time, Kendra Shaw, when she's in there with the old hybrid. Okay, if you remember, he basically tells her that Kara is the harbinger of death, and he
Mhm.
uses those words. So that's like a direct correlation right there. So this is technically the second time that we've heard this. So it's very interesting. And I just wanted to kind of point that out because I'm sure that you guys remember that little catch, though, those of you that have seen Razor. So if you remember that, post it in the chat and let me know if you remember that scene. But that definitely stood out to me as far as an interesting callback. So I don't know. You caught that, didn't you, Zach?
I would have if I had refreshed my memory on Razor. I unfortunately had not because you say we already passed it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, because I didn't know if you had recently watched it again or not. Arwen, did you ever see Razor or no?
I did, but it's been a while, so I didn't catch it either. But I have seen it, and in
Okay.
hearing you talk about it, I'm like, oh yeah. So
Yeah. So that was an
that makes
interesting.
sense.
Yeah, that was an interesting callback right there. And when I was doing my hellos to everybody, I forgot my favorite guy, Toxic Man Flu, who is in here modding and doing double duty. And I love you, Tox. Just want you to know, no homo, but I love you.
Have a good
All
night,
right.
Deej.
Hey, Deej, yeah, get some rest, brother. And don't forget, Deej, when we eventually when we move to the next format and we start doing the 78 series, brother, you were going to be a part of that panel because remember we planned that so long ago. So
Nice.
when we're all finished up, now you're going to be joining the squad, Mr. DJ Odyssey.
Nice.
So
So not to derail, but I have dropped the link a couple of times in the chat now. I came across a Blu-ray collection on Amazon today is in my shopping, which is the 78 series, the reimagined series, 1980, the original movie, Caprica, Blood and Chrome, the whole nine, and it's $150. And I really think that's a great deal.
get out! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Jeez,
So I'll drop it into the
Holy,
that's an
private chat.
amazing deal.
It's been in the
holy
regular chat a couple of times, but
Shiza.
And y'all, I want to apologize. I don't know what is up. This conductor has just been turted his crank lately by soaring through through town 100 times a night with his train. So I apologize.
it's okay.
No,
I
that's all right. You know, maybe it's a zombie train conductor.
Ugh,
He's doing the haunted train. It is going to be October when we hit midnight.
that's
Mhm.
true.
Yeah,
Yay.
yeah.
My favorite month.
My favorite time of year
Yes.
because little known fact, folks, I worked in the haunt industry for about 14 years. I worked at a haunted attraction, and there's nothing like it. And October is my month. I love it to death.
Yep.
So that's my time, and I mean, I get really jazzed during October. I
And
really do.
speaking of someone I think might be a good addition to the 78 panel, hail to my good friend Macklin Made It.
Ah, Macklin, you know your 78 stuff, do you? Interesting.
She's brushing up on it.
Nice.
Nice.
Uh, I'm sorry, guys. I am like buzzing here.
It's okay.
Uh,
You want to continue on?
I got messaged because I just want to let everybody know tomorrow. Interestingly enough, I will be on Maria with Tiantelli's channel,
Nice. Maria's
That's
awesome.
and
awesome. I love Maria.
and she's doing a thing with me, and there's a couple of people that she knows, and we're doing a kind of like just kind of spooky type vibe stream on there. It's gonna be really really fun. I'm excited for it, and if I can, I'm gonna try to dress for the occasion and maybe go on in costume. So we'll see.
Nice. That's awesome.
So it's gonna be a good time. So just watch my Twitter, y'all. I will let you guys know when it's out there, and I'll probably be retweeting Maria's stuff anyway. So yeah.
She's great.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I haven't like actually met her yet, so I'm excited to do it tomorrow. Because I've heard from many people that she's a really, really, really fun person.
Mm-hmm.
So.
She gets
is.
my endorsement.
Yep. Matt too. Yay, Drew.
All righty. Well, Zach, if you want to continue, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Emily and Rosalind continue to discuss the authenticity of the Lords of Kobol and Baltar's singular god. Laura has an emotional break when she talks of her mother's death from cancer and the striking lack of anything noble or calming at that moment. As Emily tries to comfort her, the woman suddenly has a violent seizure of pain. Coddle arrives with some opioids, but tells Rosalind that there's not much they can do for her now except to try to make her comfortable. Back in the base star, the gathered watch over the dying Eight as she speaks directly to Athena, asking for forgiveness for her earlier transgressions. Athena reaches out for her, but hesitates when she wants to take her hand. Anders then steps in to tenderly comfort the Cylon as she dies, astonished at how similar she is to a human. The group deciphers the hybrid's message. All come to the conclusion that the final 5 Cylons came from the 13th tribe, and so must instinctively also know the way to Earth. The boxed number 3, Deanna, will lead them to the final 5, having seen their faces in the Opera House. Anders is visibly unnerved by the conversation, likely fearing the exposure of his Cylon identity. The group leave to meet with Demetrius, with Anders leaving last, still puzzled at how he was drawn to comfort the dying Eight. And this is kind of a point I want to stop and kind of relate to. So, as some of you may know, I was divorced twice, once again this last year. Prior to that, I had to watch my then mother-in-law pass from cancer. I was standing in the hospital when she made the transition to the other life, and all this conversation and Rosalind's breakdown and watching this 8 pass, it brought that all flooding back to me. This was a very, very impactful episode for me on a personal level. I don't know if anybody has anything like that they've experienced, but that's something that I felt coming out of this.
I had that with my grandma, and it kind of does hit you on that level. And then also the close calls I've had with my mom. I mean, it's vivid because I have, just back weeks ago, you guys know about that. I
Mhm.
remember, just taking my mom's hand in the hospital, and she was in a bad way, and that kind of drew me back to that. So I totally get where you're coming from, and yeah.
Um, goddamn train.
Sorry,
Uh,
I didn't mean to bring the stream down.
no,
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 you didn't.
you didn't. I'm sorry that either one of y'all had to deal with that. Since you brought that up, since y'all were vulnerable about it, I will be too. The last time I saw this episode was about 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was with my husband. We would watch it every year or every other year. We had two shows that we would watch. We would watch Babylon 5 in the spring, and then usually Battlestar Galactica in the fall, and kind of just recycle and do it that way because we both love those shows. But this show, particularly this part and the ones coming up, were really difficult because I'm alone now,
Mm-hmm.
and as y'all know, he died from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And one thing I've always said that I love about this, God, I'm sorry, y'all. One
That's
thing I
fine.
always loved about the show is how they take Rosalind's cancer and they're so realistic about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it,
Absolutely.
and yeah, this hit me on a personal level too. So I get it, Zach. I know exactly
Yeah.
Yeah,
what you're saying.
it hit all three of us. Anybody want to take Shane's comment here?
I remember my aunt and godmother cancer. I swear I didn't recognize her at the end. I hadn't seen her in a few weeks. It was so shocking. Yeah, the horrible toll it takes on the body is not something you can describe very easily.
Yeah,
Thank you, Rick.
yeah. Rita lost her husband to cancer because I just spoke with Rita recently, and she was telling me about that, and aw, sure, and I will say this about our audience, and I could tell you guys from personal experience now, knowing Rita and getting to know Dwayne, two of the nicest people that I've ever had the opportunity to speak with in life. And Rita's been through so much just like us guys, and she is a wonderful supporter among so many of the shows in our community and everything else, and she's just a really, really, really nice person. And, she totally has gone through so much of the stuff that we have. And, you know, I can't thank Rita and Dwayne enough for their support. And Tony adds, my paternal grandparents died in their late 70s and had heart disease. My maternal grandparents lived into their 90s. I know people who I found had passed later of cancer. So yeah, we've all kind of been touched by it in a way, and yeah, this episode and the next one too, to a degree, it really hits you there, and
Yeah.
you know, you know. And three of us here on the panel, we've all dealt with it with family for sure. Because I remember saying goodbye to dad, and I lost dad to prostate cancer. And the last time I saw dad was when, ironically enough, guys, when I was there on January 6th and visited his grave in Arlington. So, um, yeah, it's heavy for all of us, but
Mhm.
you know that's the wonder of the circle that we run in all you folks that are here now and all of us that are here on the panel, we are in our own ways like a family. And I appreciate that we're there for one another. And that's why, love everybody very much. So,
Love you guys. All right, I'm gonna try to bring this back up and finish out the episode.
all right, sir.
Rosalind experiences Emily's vision of a river coming to pass in a dream. The two of them stand on a boat, looking at a shore where human figures begin to appear, smiling and waving at them. Emily disappears to meet them, materializing on the shore. Laura feels joy, then sees her own mother, smiling and waiting for Laura to join her. She tells her she's not yet ready, stepping away from the boat's side, and the dream ends. Awakening from her sleep, Rosalind goes to see her friend, but finds the bed empty. Only her wireless receiver remains, still switched on, Baltar's voice still haunting the air. The Demetrius is prepping to leave as the seconds count down, but Hilo, in an act of faith, lets the clock run over in hesitation, and to the crew's apprehension. Seconds before he is about to order the jump, the base ship arrives and broadcasts colonial ID. Wireless contact is established with Athena, who reports that the base ship has been secured, much to his relief, and both ships prepare to join Galactica and the fleet. In the closing scene of the episode, Rosalind meets with Adama in his quarters. She tells him that something may be truthful in Baltar's words, but Adama is reluctant to believe it. A sorrowful admiral talks of Kara's death and return, his son's resignation from the military, and laments all the crew he sent with Kara, wondering if he'll ever see those kids again. But Rosalind comforts him. The two smile as Bill tells her that she helped him believe that they really will find a way to Earth. And the episode cuts to black.
Yeah. A very, very poignant, very good episode. I definitely give this one a 9.
Yeah, I'm right with you on that one.
Yep, I agree completely. At least a 9.
It's in a lot of ways, both visually and emotionally, one of the more beautiful episodes of this season at the very least.
I won't lie, some of those scenes wrecked me. Even talking about them wrecks me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll agree they were it's beautifully done.
Yeah, it is. And Ruth Korean made a point before. This is a good point here.
Mm-hmm. But Hollywood has a knack of setting aside the agenda once in a while to give us shows like BSG, Lost, and Breaking Bad, to give those who haven't experienced it directly a chance to understand what it's like. And that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me wonder when they're writing this, and I don't see how they can't. But it's like, God, some of them they have to pull from personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm sure some do, yeah.
That scene where Laura's sitting there and she's seeing her mom and her family, and she's saying, "I'm not ready." God, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, y'all. I'm really emotional tonight. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine. That's
This
fine.
scene, this whole, but my husband died at home, which is where we wanted him to be. He wanted to be with his loved ones, and we wanted him here, so he died at home. And I won't go into details because I know we don't do a lot of religion here, but I'll just say we're both believers. So we'll just leave it at that. I won't get into detail about what we believe, but we're both believers. But I remember waking up that morning and seeing he was gone. And I remember saying those exact words that Rosalind said. I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for you to be gone. But I knew he was going somewhere where he was at peace and he was going to cross that river and he was going to be on that bridge and it was going to be okay. And again, when last time I saw the scene, it was with him. We were talking about it, and none of it was powerful, but it wasn't personal. And when I watched it this time around, it was personal. God, it was so personal, and I understood it. I got it. And that's one of the reasons why I love this show so much, is because it can take you through a roller coaster and you don't even realize it until one day you find yourself at that crossroads and you're like, damn it, I've been there. I know what that feels like.
Well, you guys know the road that I'm on with Mom, and y'all and most of y'all that know me already know that there's no way in heck I'm sending her to a home or anything like that. So whatever's going to play out is going to play out. And, it's just like you said, Arwen, she's probably going to die here. And, the one thing I'm so thankful for is that I know you guys, because once she goes, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that I have y'all.
Yeah, you do. And all y'all in the chat, y'all are so sweet. Thank you so much. I love all y'all. Y'all are my family. Y'all really are my family.
Indeed. So say we all.
So say
So
we
say
all.
we all.
For sure. So, I'll let everybody kind of get themselves together. And, Wake, thank you, buddy. Great to see you, my friend. I know coming up, as I said earlier, guys, I've got, tomorrow, I've got that stream with Maria. And then, of course, Tuesday, you can catch me with Rogue Squadron. And I'm going to have to get, see, I don't ask Arwen to come on because, boy, if she gets going on a political rant.
On Rogue Squadron.
Oh, boy. I could just see, oh, good Lord.
Just give her the stream. Just give her the whole stream.
As I'm actually, outside of here, to give you guys a look behind the scenes, I've heard this woman on a political rant. So
I don't get
know.
political very much. I don't. It's just not my
No.
thing, but I can if I need to.
But, and it's funny because Rita and Dwayne, they love watching political YouTubers. That they would just be tickled about that if that ever happened. BD, yeah, I kind of wanted to get you on Rogue Squadron one of these times.
I'm kind of secretly hoping I get pulled into the Rogues at some point.
Yes.
Oh, man. So, yeah, buddy. What do you got coming up and going on, sir?
So Saturday, I have the Saturday edition of Booked, where I'll be reading Kai MFS's Space Crime Domino. I'm trying to do some more gaming streams prior to this on Thursdays. I just started playing Diablo 2, not Diablo 2 Resurrected, but the original Diablo 2. And a special thing tonight, since he is in the chat, I'm going to plug this. The Wake Down has started to review the Battlestar Galactica miniseries to try to get Just Another Red Shirt, who you may recognize as a mod Roddick, to watch the show. Part 1 of that was last night, and part 2 of this will be after this stream. So I've just posted his link in the channel or in the chat. Feel free to go check that out. I am going to try to join that stream.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, folks. The Wake Down is one of the best memers, one of the best, just one of the best people I know. And I'm glad I made friends with Rob because, he's a good dude. and support the Wake Down for sure. Because man, I love that guy. But before I let Arwen talk about all the stuff she's going on, because she's got about 1,000 things she's about to list off, uh, I'll. I was to say I'll put up Tony's comment. To bump up the mood a little bit, here's a little trivia. Michael Nankin, the director, was known as the harbinger of death himself. When directing BSG, every time behind the camera, someone was leaving the island. Nice. He was the guy that I guess they went to kill off characters. So, all right. Arwen, I will let you talk about the numerous things that you are a part of, because my goodness, you are the up and coming celebrity, darling.
Oh my God. No, actually, it's a pretty short week this week. For the rest of the week, Saturday I'll be co-hosting with Eris of Chaos on her channel at
Eris is a dog.
I think 3:00. I need to confirm, but she usually does it, I believe, 3:00. And then Saturday night, I'll check in with Clobby on the Star Trek in the chat. I just love that show. I always have to plug it because it's so good. But I'll be on Rambling Canucks karaoke stream Saturday night at 10. And there's no fan fantasy story idea show this Sunday. We're taking a day off. So that's it for me.
Oh,
short and sweet. Oh my God. And I'll be playing the hell out of some Fortnite. Probably
of
with
course.
Matt Steven and with Dad Man Walking and whoever else wants to come down there and play. Yes. Fortnite.
Yeah, Shane, she is. I'm telling you, she's a celebrity here. She is. She's like me and Zach are just like, you go, girl.
Just one of the boys.
You can have the fork knife. That's all you.
Yeah. Yeah. When I'm a gamer. Zach to a degree is a gamer, and that's just.
It's great stress release. You get to run
That
over
ain't
things
our-
with
that ain't
cars,
our-
and shoot things, and all
That ain't our cup of tea.
Oh, Janet, I didn't say I was any good at it, but I just love it. I don't care.
I just I've tried to play Fortnite once, and I was just like, I was done with it after 20 minutes. I'm like, nope, not for me.
See?
You like that game, Dad, man? I can't do it.
He trained me, so
I do. I could do Dead by Daylight, which before I ever came to YouTube, fun fact, I used to that used to be my bread and butter on my Twitch channel. I was a Dead by Daylight streamer primarily. I played Dead by Daylight, Star Trek Online, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I did games like that. So that was my jam. And of course, I was playing Rainbow Six because I play. If I'm gonna play a game where I could shoot stuff, I play a real shooter. So, okay, 70s rock fan. Hey, buddy, great to see you, my friend. Love 70s. 70s is one of the jolliest people I've ever seen. Because when I've seen 70s on camera, he's just such a jolly dude.
He's great. Yeah, he's great.
He is. He's so awesome. I love that guy. So, he said, "Don't sell yourself short, Janet from another planet." Mrs. Dadman Walkie said the same, and now she's a pro. And Arwen too. Aw, they give you props. Hey, if I had that game, I would probably suck it up and I might play with y'all. But I'm, even at that game when I did have it installed on my computer, I was very terrible. So you wouldn't you wouldn't want me.
It's very polarizing. People either love it and can't get enough of it, or they're just like, nope, not my thing. But that's okay. That's all right. There's plenty of games for everyone.
Yeah, I despise that game. It's I love that game about as much as I love Dr. Fauci.
Oh my God.
Don't
Uh,
cross the
Bold
streams,
words
Drew.
indeed.
yeah. Oh, did I say that?
We can
All
still
right.
be friends, Drew. We can still be friends. It's okay.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys. It was a fun episode of Pegasus tonight. Don't forget, coming up soon, I think Comics Anytime Now. He's gonna go and start Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm sure that all the usual suspects will be there. Probably Jed, probably Culture, probably me at some point, and I'm sure that Sir Talks a Lot will be on there. And props to Sir Talks a Lot for being on Rogue Squadron on Tuesday. He is such a ball to be on a stream with. I mean, the guy has a one of a kind voice. He really does. So having him read those articles was such a hoot. And then, of course, we also had the authenticator. Austin was on. Very nice guy. So, yeah, definitely very happy with that. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. As I said, I'll be on with Maria tomorrow, so look for that. Watch my Twitter. I'll be retweeting her stuff, and I'll probably throw out a promo tweet about it. And then, of course, I will be on Tuesday again with Rogue Squadron because that'll be right around the corner. So before you know it. So all right. Well, take care of yourselves, folks, and take care of each other. Thank you for being here all the time. Thank you for supporting this stream every Thursday. You guys are so loyal and so awesome, and we do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. And we will go ahead and do our outro here, and we will see you next time.
So say we all.
So say we all.